Okay, it looks like we are live. Hello, everyone. Thank you for bearing with us in that somewhat late start. We will now begin. Ross, would you like to go ahead and start introductions and say anything?
Okay, welcome to everybody. Most of you have had experience with VASTIC before with our online nationals. Of course, we hope that everything goes smoothly, but with online competition on the day of the judging, sometimes there's a few hiccups, and we hope you're patient with the whole process. As last time that we used VASTIC, we got through everything in relatively good time. Okay, we will do the basics of what we need to do, and then information that you need, and then some questions, and we'll have a little bit of a brief on the actual selections and a couple of things that coaches should know about the selections after we do the technical issues. So we have Andrew Pang from VASTIC, Caitlin from VASTIC. We have Craig Barrett from the National Poomsae Officiating Committee, who's the chairman, and myself, who's the National Performance Director. We'll hand back to Andrew.
Great, thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. Sorry, bear with me for 1 second. Okay, you should be able to see my screen now. Is that correct? Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. As everyone can see, this is the coaches meeting. Welcome, everyone.
So the timeline, so our entries are closed. Those closed January 12th. Next, we had the division list, which posted the 14th of January. We are currently in the coaches meeting and the Poomsae Draw, which is January 16th. After that, on January 17th, will be the division draw. From January 18th through the 26th of January will be our video upload process. Our competition day 1 will be the 29th of January, and our competition day 2 will be the 30th of January. So that's kind of our timeline for this event.
Just a change, Caitlin, that went through to Eric. It's only 1 day competition now, the 30th.
All right. So just a little change, 1 day of competition.
Even better. Excellent. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue.
So for our competition rules, first we have disqualification. So videos that have been edited or show proof of editing, contestants not submitting their video on time, which is in the upload period, virtual backgrounds, which is and can include religious or political displays in your video, contestants who submitted videos used in other competitions, contestants competing in the wrong division, music in non-freestyle Poomsae, and performances not recorded on mats and inside. So those are our disqualification standards for this event.
Okay, let's go ahead and continue on.
So some more competition rules, penalties. So you will get a 0.6 deduction for video quality less than published resolution and frame rate guidelines, which we will go over in this meeting. A 0.3 deduction for accuracy deductions for each movement where a part of the athlete's body leaves the frame. A 0.6 accuracy deduction for each time the whole body of the athlete leaves the camera frame or shot. A 0.6 deduction for wearing incorrect dobok or wearing the incorrect belt. 0.6 deduction for wearing any kinds of shoes, socks, other footwear, and a 0.6 deduction for wearing jewelry except wedding bands, which cannot be removed. And if you're wondering about body leaving frame, we will also go over that in this meeting, how to set up your frame.
Okay.
So this is where we talked about our resolution and frame rate requirements. So when you do go out to the upload page, it will tell you this as well, but by division, your recognized Poomsae will be a resolution of 720p and a frame rate of 30 FPS. And for freestyle competition, your resolution will be 1080p with a frame rate of 60 FPS. And if you are unclear of what that means, on the upload page, there is a place where it explains how to do that on your certain device. Recording guidelines. This is how we set up our frame for our video and for our camera. So positioning the camera is about 7 meters straight in front of you, and your camera should be about belt height to cover your entire body during the Poomsae performance. Quality of video recording is the responsibility of the entrant, and that is your frame rate requirement. That would be the quality. And then your camera must be in a horizontal position. So not like this, but I'd turn my phone like this so you can get a longer rate. Camera, horizontal position for the duration of the performance. You can't zoom in or out, but you may rotate it up to 45 degrees left or right if needed, so you can get your entire Poomsae in frame. And performances must be recorded on mats and be inside. We also have a diagram posted on this slide if you'd like some reference, just to show you how it's best set up.
Okay. So this is the upload procedure. I believe we're gonna keep going to the next slide here. So we're gonna go ahead and read the timeline first, and then I will go ahead and show you a demonstration of what the upload site and how to use the upload site looks like.
So for our video uploading, our timeline is you'll check for an email upload link from Vastech. So your upload link will come from Vastech. Verify the link work and it shows your name and your division. Record your videos on your phone with all your frame rate requirements and set up. Upload each video in the correct place online, which you will see. Check that your video passes the automatic checks, which is very easy to see if it passes the online checks, because it'll be all green, the wording, or it will be in red. If it's green, you're good to go. If it's red, there's still some things that you need to go review or check for your video. And then review your video after you receive the processed email. So make sure you review your video so you know that it's good and that we know that it's good.
Okay, I'm gonna first demonstrate how to use the upload system, and I will get to your question after I show the demonstration of the upload system. Okay, please hold on 1 second while I pull up the uploads system. Okay, everyone should be able to see my screen right now. Is that correct? Okay, so this is a demo of what the upload would look like. And as you can see up here, this is the time before the video submission period will close. It will show your name, your state, and what division of Poomsae you're doing. Each box will show the Poomsae name and which Poomsae and what order it needs to be submitted in. So for each and every person, it will only show the number of rounds of which there are people in your division. So in this case, I have already uploaded some preview videos to show what a successful video would look like. And as you can see, it has a green message here saying that all the requirements have been met. And after that, you may play back the video to make sure all the video is the way you want to make it look. So what is played on here is exactly what will be replayed back on stream to all the judges live. So make sure everyone checks their video. Down here, it shows that this video does not meet the requirements of what needs to be submitted. As you can see here, the requirement is a 1920 by 1080p video, and this one was only 1280 by 720. After you have fully watched the video, you can see that this yellow message down here will have turned to green, meaning that you've seen it and essentially you have determined that you like it. Now I'm going to demonstrate uploading a video. So it's going to upload. So while this is uploading, I'm saying that at any point in time, you may replace these files as you see fit. If you do not like the video or you think there's something wrong with it, you can replace as many times as you want up to when this says the submission has closed. As you can see, this video was submitted somewhere else. And this shows a red message saying that this video was submitted elsewhere and you need to submit a video that hasn't been submitted already. In that case, this video will also still continue processing, which means you just need to wait for it to finish and then it will continue. Down here, if you are in more than one entry, you will have a button down here which will link to your other entries for your other divisions. So if you click that, it will open your other entries page where you can upload more videos. Make sure you scroll all the way down to the bottom for every page, as there could be more places to submit as you scroll down. Okay. At the very bottom of these pages, there is a video uploader help button in case you need help. This will email our Vastic help email directly. We should respond in a somewhat timely fashion, at least we hope to. These are also the help screens that Caitlin was talking about earlier, where it will show you how to record with your either Apple device or Android device, or if you just need help uploading videos. Okay. And it looks like, Ross, you have answered their question. Just for the record, the question was, will the recording format apply to pair and team events that are also in consideration? And the answer is yes. All the requirements are for both pair and team.
Yeah, I'll just say that when it comes to WT competition, the same format is used, and pairs and teams is not a problem. If you set up correctly, you won't have a problem. And the fact that hundreds have been done over the last 2 years says that there's actually no excuse not to be able to follow those guidelines.
Excellent, thank you. I also want to note that everyone should please either check their spam or junk folder or whitelist upload at vastic.com, as you will be receiving emails throughout the week on upload from our system saying either you have an issue with your upload or that you're missing your upload, or it's just general communique from us to you. So please make sure you check your junk email. That's also where you'll be getting your upload link shortly after either the upload period opens or after this meeting. Okay, now I will jump back to the PowerPoint. I can figure out how to do that. Give me 1 second. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so now we will do the Poomsae Draw, which I need to jump to the other screen. Sorry. Okay, does everyone see my drawing page? So go
So
ahead,
this
draw.
is where, yes, where we do our live draws for each division. So you'll be able to see each live draw happening. So we're going to first start with the individual cadet female draw for our Poomsae. So for the individual cadet female, your first Poomsae will be Taeguk 7, second Poomsae will be Taeguk 4, and for your final rounds, your first Poomsae will be Taeguk 8, and your second Poomsae will be Taeguk 5.
Please note we're drawing for both semis and finals round. This does not mean that you will have a semifinal round, though.
So for our individual junior female division, for your semifinal round, your first Poomsae is Taeguk 7, and for your second Poomsae, it's Taeguk 4. For your finals round, your first Poomsae is Taeguk 8, and your second Poomsae is Koryo. For our individual under 30 female semifinal round, your first Poomsae is Koryo, your second Poomsae is Taebek, and for your finals round, your first Poomsae is Sipjin, and for your second Poomsae, it is Taeguk 8. For our individual under 40 female, our semifinal round, your first Poomsae will be Taeguk 6, and your second Poomsae will be Taeguk 7. For your final round, your first Poomsae will be Taebek, and your second Poomsae will be Koryo. For individual under 50 female, semifinal round, your first Poomsae is Taebek, your second Poomsae is Chungwon. For finals round, your first Poomsae is Pyeongwon, and your second Poomsae is Jitae. Scrolling down a little bit. For individual under 60 female, semifinal round, your first Poomsae is Chungwon, your second Poomsae is Pyeongwon. For your finals round, your first Poomsae is Koryo, and your second Poomsae is Jitae. Under 65 female. For your semifinal, your first Poomsae is Pyeongwon, your second Poomsae is Sipjin. For your finals round, your first Poomsae is Taebek, and your second Poomsae is Koryo. For our individual over 65 female, your semifinals first Poomsae will be Jitae, your second Poomsae will be Taebek. For your finals round, your first Poomsae will be Chungwon, and your second Poomsae will be Kumgang. Moving on to our male divisions. So our first male division that we will draw is our individual cadet male. For the semifinals, your first Poomsae will be Taeguk 7, your second will be Koryo. For your finals, your first Poomsae is Taeguk 6, your second Poomsae is Taeguk 8. Moving on to our individual junior male divisions. For your semifinal, your first Poomsae will be Taeguk 4, your second will be Taebek. For our finals round, your first Poomsae will be Taeguk 6, your second will be Taeguk 5. For individual under 30 male, for your semifinals, your first Poomsae will be Taeguk 6, your second will be Sipjin. For your finals round, your first Poomsae will be Koryo, your second will be Taeguk 8. For our individual under 40 male division, your semifinals first Poomsae will be Taeguk 8, your second will be Taebek. For your finals round, your first Poomsae will be Koryo, your second will be Taeguk 7. For our individual under 50 male, your semifinal first Poomsae will be Pyeongwon, your second will be Gumgang. And for our finals round, your first Poomsae will be Koryo, your second will be Taeguk 8. For our individual under 60 male, your semifinal first Poomsae will be Chungwon, your second will be Pyeongwon. And for your finals round, your first Poomsae will be Koryo, your second will be Jitae. For our individual under 65 male, your semifinal first Poomsae will be Chungwon, your second will be Koryo. And for your finals, your first Poomsae will be Taebek, your second will be Sipjin. And finally, for our male individual divisions, your individual over 65 male, your semifinal first Poomsae is Koryo, and your second is Gumgang. For your final, your first Poomsae is Jitae, your second is Pyeongwon. We'll now move on to our pairs divisions. There are a lot of divisions. So your first for cadet pairs, your first Poomsae in semifinals will be Taeguk 5, your second will be Taeguk 4. For your finals, your first Poomsae will be Taeguk 6, your second will be Taeguk 8. For our junior pairs, your semifinal first Poomsae is Taeguk 8, your second is Taebek. For your finals, your first Poomsae is Taeguk 7, and your second is Taeguk 5. For our under 30 pairs, your first Poomsae is Taeguk 7, your second is Taebek for your semifinals, and for your finals, your first is Pyeongwon, and your second is Sipjin. For our over 30 pairs, your first semifinal Poomsae would be Sipjin, your second would be Gumgang, and then for our finals, your first Poomsae is Koryo, your second is Taebek. Sorry, Taeguk 8. Your second is Taeguk 8. I said Taebek, your second is Taeguk 8. So for our cadet female division. So your semifinal first Poomsae is Taeguk 7. Your second is Koryo. And then for your finals, your first Poomsae is Taeguk 5 and your second is Taeguk 6. Next, for our junior team, female, your first Poomsae in semifinals is Koryo, your second is Taeguk 6. So for your finals, your first Poomsae is Taeguk 8, your second is Taebek. For our under 30 team female, your semifinal first Poomsae is Taeguk 7, your second is Pyeongwon, and your final first Poomsae is Taebek, and your second is Taeguk 8. For our over 30 teams female, your first semifinal form is Taeguk 8, your second is Chungwon, and for your finals, your first is Gumgang, your second is Pyeongwon. Moving on to our male teams, for our cadet team male, your first Poomsae for semifinals is Taeguk 8, your second is Taeguk 4, your first Poomsae for your finals is Taeguk 6, your second is Taeguk 5. Moving on to our junior male teams, for your semifinal, your first Poomsae is Taeguk 6, your second is Taebek. For your finals, your first Poomsae is Taeguk 5, your second is Taeguk 8. For our under 30 male teams, for your semifinal, your first Poomsae will be Taeguk 7, your second will be Sipjin, and for your finals, your first Poomsae will be Taeguk 8, your second will be Taebek. And finally, for our over 30 male teams, your first semifinal Poomsae will be Chungwon, your second will be Gumgang, and for finals, your first Poomsae will be Pyeongwon, your second will be Sipjin. So those are all of the Poomsae draws for your entire competition, all of the different divisions, and these will be posted. Andrew, you are muted.
Thank you. I was gonna say, Ross or Craig, do you have any comments on Poomsae Draw? Nope. Okay.
Yeah. Before the Poomsae Draw is put out, we'll be doing a slight review with FASTIC. Because the divisions don't have many athletes, and we're so therefore most divisions are one round, where in pairs or teams there's repeated forms. Okay? So the athletes would be doing the same forms. The committee will look at it and we may redraw that, because from a selection panel point of view, we want to see as many different forms as possible. Okay? But you will be emailed that change if there is a change, and that will be done within the next day or so. Okay? But from a selection panel point of view, we want to see as many different forms as possible. So we don't want people entering teams and then doing the same forms in individual, etc. Okay? So just be aware of that. Okay? But again, the draw will be done automatically. So if there's a change from a form, then we'll get FASTIC to do that automatically. We won't do it ourselves. I hope everyone understands that.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I'm now going to switch back to the slide. So that was draw. So now we move on to the questions portion. Does anyone have any questions, comments? Oops, sorry. Concerns? You may in the chat, or you can send them as QA question, I believe. So we have a question here. Is the upload link based on individual headers for teams and pairs, or is it required that the upload the video on each individual? So each team member will have a unique link sent to their email based upon what they sent during registration. And also each pair and team will have a separate link that will have upload position. So that will also be sent to whichever email that is located on registration. If it is a pairs and teams, and since people did sign up with different emails, both emails will be sent the link. Only one person needs to submit. So just make sure you guys aren't over submitting on each other. Okay. Is there any other questions? We will give it another minute or so. Okay, doesn't look like there's any more questions. So we're gonna go ahead and say thank you to everyone that was here. Craig, do you have any statements you'd like to make?
I think Ross covered all the things. So we've already been in meetings and discussing it all. So I said, just, make sure you get everything right, so you don't have any, challenges that will try and appeal that will just be turned down. So please make sure that you follow everything that's been said here today. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, also just a few other just quick issues that need to be said. Okay? As we said, if there's any changes in regard to the Poomsae, no one from AT actually determines that. That's automatically done by VASTIC. And we will go through the forms today and then alert Andrew very quickly if there's any changes to be made. Okay, and then the official Poomsae Draw will be sent out. Also, when it comes to the actual athlete draw, again, AT doesn't have anything to do with that. That's done independently by VASTIC. Okay? And there are no changes to the individual athlete draw or the team's draw or the pair draw. Apart from that, we just have to let you know that when it comes to the championships, you're not selected automatically if you get a gold medal. You're actually selected by the selection panel. So the championships gives you the opportunity, and if you place or you get a gold medal, then you can be considered for the team, and it goes to the selection panel. The selection panel selects the team. It's very important to note that you can't say you're selected until you get verification. So you'll get notification from AT successful in being selected. For the freestyle Poomsae, it's important to note you must be able to do the mandatory techniques to be selected. So if you submit your form, you get a gold medal because you don't have another contestant in your division. Okay, this doesn't mean you're going to get selected. This is the same for non-freestyle as well, because we actually need to make sure that you can do the technique necessary to actually perform effectively our World Championships. We will send to the freestyle athletes a little guide on the actual mandatory techniques so they understand clearly what they need to do. Okay. If anyone's got any questions.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much, Grandmaster Hartnett. Okay, it looks like that's we will end the meeting here. If you guys have any further, please feel free to reach out to VASTIC or Australia Taekwondo, and we will try to get back to you if possible. Thank you very much, everyone, for.
Thank you, Andrew and Caitlin.
Thank you.
Thank you.